all revealed how I aborted unlawful search of Justice Orderly's resident by witness. My dear, the Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, has been exposed. You know, as soon as the case of Mary Odili's home came, he was the first person to make a statement that he had nothing to do with it. Later, we found out that, because the case was a high profile case, it was seriously investigated, although we know that there were shady things around the whole perimeters of that very discussions. However, what we could glean from it was that we found out very closely that Mary's Delee's resident, the chief magistrate of the nation said it was the attorney general. Listen, that crumbs, okay, has not been investigated by anybody. Nobody paid attention to it. Nobody saw to it, to investigate really, truly. But now an eyewitness who saw and knew exactly what happened is giving the account of how the attorney general is involved. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. Thank you. An assistant superintendent of police, ASP Maduke Chidowe, yesterday in Abuja told the Federal High Court how he aborted an unlawful search of the residence of the Supreme Court Justice Mary Odili on October the 19th last year. He gave evidence in the trial of 15 persons, including a housewife accusing of perpetrating the unlawful act at number 7 Imo Road Street in Matama official residence of Mary Odili. At the track kickstart of the Inspector General of Police IGP, Chinwe told Justice Evelyn Meher how the 15th defendant, led by the Chief Superintendent of Police, CSP Lawrence Ajodu, stormed the house in fearful manner around 6 p.m. on October the 19th. Upon their arrival, the witness said the defendant insisted that they wanted to execute a search warrant on the resident, being a team of Economic and Financial Crime Commission, EFCC Assets Recovery Panel, attached to the Federal Ministry of Justice, sent by the Attorney General of the Federation. Can you imagine? They said they are police superintendent, but they came saying that they are EFCC. How do you even trust security agencies in this country? Like, seriously, do you trust them? Can they be trusted? Is a question we must ask ourselves. Let's continue. He told the court that he demanded for the search warrant, and having gone through it, he discovered the warrant signed by the chief magistrate was addressed to number 9 Imo Crescent, Abuja. Chinwendu said he reinstated execution of the warrant since Odili's residence is number 7 Imo Rivers Street. He said thereafter he ran to Odili, who made some phone calls that eventually aborted the unlawful mission of the defendant. He said upon realizing the mission has been aborted, Ajodu, who allegedly displayed the suspicious identity card of the Federal Ministry of Justice, threatened to deal with him when he returns with reinforcement, but he never came back. So, my wonderful people, this is what went down in Mary Odili's home. Okay, so when you think that you have people who are honest, security agencies, and you should put your heart at rest and potentially go to bed, that you have people who are looking at the situation and are doing the right thing, you will be shocked and surprised that some of them, if not most of them, are doing their own thing and do not care what is happening to individuals, happening to the nation, forgetting the fact that people are banking on them, look to them for, for succor, for direction, and guess what? They don't care. These are the crop of people we have in leadership today. I'm talking about in terms of, security. So what do we do? How do we sort this going on? How do we sort this out? There are clear indications again and again, that these people, most of them, yeah, are after what they will get. And this is why the nation is not moving forward. So Attorney General sent you. Now you are threatening the person because you found out that, I mean, you were discovered that it was fraudulent. And this is what goes on in Nigeria. So there are, I mean, people use their position. They are not true whistleblowers who could, expose evil going on and will be freed. In fact, as you are exposing the evil occurrence going on and you call the person you're supposed to call to say, I suspected this, and that, and I'm sorry, is a very high profile person involved. That person will call and say, what is your name? What is your branch? Thank you for the information. He will call the very person you just told him. He will call that very person and say, yeah, one of your boys just called me now. Guy, what you they do? Yeah, they watch you, just report you, just to make her tell you. Then by the time you get to the office, there's a sack letter waiting for you. If you that's even a very mild one. You are very lucky. In fact, God is on your side. That is if you have not been framed up, that you're the one that led a team of those who went to carry out maybe a robbery in one place or the other. You see what I'm saying? And you will go to prison for a very long time for speaking out and for speaking against, evil. Then if that kind of thing has happened to a colleague near you and you hear or you know or you come to discover that they want to carry out such an assignment, this is between you and I. And let's be honest here. Will you speak out? You'll be watching and saying, if I speak now, these people, and you will not say anything. It's not because you don't know what they are doing is wrong, but because your hands have become tied. You have seen what has happened to people who try to speak up against evil doings in the nation. You've seen how they've been treated, and even the nation. In fact, they will go to jail very well for 10 years. As if they committed, in fact, it's only God that can tell that, and the people that framed him or her up. That's even if you're alive and you're alive to tell the story. So when you look at it carefully, are we moving forward as a nation or are we moving backward? Or are there systems we have put in place that have enabled us to be where we are and we cannot move forward because of those things? I mean, because there is no truth, no honesty. The people you taught as security agents that should be saying the truth, they are the ones, okay, conniving and putting off also plots and things in place. Leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Please don't forget to like us, share, subscribe. Click on the notification button. God bless you. Bye for now.